Hi, this is Crystal from the YMCA of Central Texas. Thanks for joining me for a lower body workout. Let me show you some of the things that we have today. So we have a step. You don't have to have one of these fancy steps in your house. If you don't, you can use just a regular stair step that you might have. You might choose to use nothing at all, no elevation at all, and that would be perfectly fine. I also have a body bar right here, but again, you don't have to use that if you don't have that. You could use some bands or something else you might find at home. And then I have a mat. So that's all that you need to do this workout with us. And I want you, as you go through this, as we work all the major muscles of the lower body, to let this be a challenge for you and celebrate where you are today. So today we may go through this video just one time and it may feel like a workout, and that is great. But as you do it more and more and it becomes easier, continue to challenge yourself. So maybe in a couple weeks after doing this, you go through it 2 times and then eventually 3 times. It would be great to do your lower body work 2 to 3 non-consecutive days of the week. So let's get started looking at these exercises. So the first thing that we're gonna do is gonna work the quads, the glutes, the hamstrings. We're gonna come to the side of our step. We're gonna take a foot up. We're gonna have a nice stable base, and I'm gonna give you several options. So again, today may be a day for the easiest option, and a few weeks from now, maybe a time when we progress to something a little more challenging. So as we go through this, we might choose to just do a squat with that foot elevated. Or we might choose to do a little step up. So we might squat and then come up and tap. Squat, come up and tap with a soft knee. I love to incorporate balance work into everything that I do because it's super important and it's a trainable aspect of fitness. So if we wanted to, we could squat down, come up with a soft knee, and just kind of pause at the top, rocking that place, owning it and not falling out. So I've given you about 3 options. If none of those work for you, you can come right here and do your squat. So with me right now, let's go ahead. We're gonna do about 12 repetitions of whichever one you want. So here we go. We're pushing the hips way back. We're keeping the heart lifted. We're making sure that the knees stay pressed out. So this is about 5. Let's keep going. Remembering that you can come here and it'll be at your own pace. Good, we could stay here if we wanted to. Let's do one more. Excellent. And we can't leave the other leg out, so let's take it to the other side of our step and let's elevate that foot. Same options. Sometimes we have a different need on the other side of the body. Maybe this knee doesn't always work like the other one. So again, choose the option that works for you. So again, we could be here. We're gonna go ahead and do our 12, or you can join me with the tap up, or we can incorporate that balance. And if you wobble a little bit, that's okay. Very good. Let's do about 3 more of whatever we're choosing to do. Excellent work. So we're using a lot of big muscles. You may have noticed that your heart rate starts to pick up too. So we're gonna stand behind our step, and I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna move all my toys, and I'm gonna show you my foot placement from this side. We're gonna be doing a step up from the back. So we're gonna make sure that back heel is lifted. Our tendency is to have that foot flat because we feel a little more stable, but I want us to have the heel lifted. So toes and knees forward, back heel lifted. We have the same options that we did before. We could tap, or we can incorporate that balance opportunity into this. Or if we didn't want to use a step at all, we could stay here. We could be right here, or we can hold it stationary. So again, we're all coming from different places. We all have different needs. You find yours. All right, toes and knees facing forward, back heel lifted. Let's do some of these. So again, maybe we're tapping. Our torso is staying nice and tall. Good job. We're making sure that knee doesn't go beyond the toe. The back heel stays lifted. Good job. We could stay here, so you're choosing your option. We've got 3 more. Excellent work. So let's go ahead and bring it down and let's switch to the other side. So again, we're working the quads, the glutes and hamstrings, big muscles. You're probably getting pretty warm at this point and heart rate's picking up. So let's set up. Here we go, sinking down, coming up and maybe just tapping. Sinking down each time, right into that leg. Good. Choosing ours. Maybe not stepping up at all. We can hold that stationary lunge. Good job. Take your time. Own that balance at the top. Great job. We've got 2 more, friends. And just 1 more. Excellent. Let's go ahead and come off our step. We're going to go into a calf raise here. So I'm going to use my step for balance. You could use a chair, a wall, whatever you want it to. But I'm right here. I'm going to start on just one leg. I'm going to take my ankle behind. I'm going to come up as high as I can on the toe and the ball of the foot. So as we go through this, we're going to feel this in the lower portion of the leg. If that doesn't work for you today, totally okay. We would keep both feet planted and come up onto the toes and ball of the foot. So here we go. Let's go ahead and start. Again, coming up as high as you can. Not rushing it, taking your time. Very good. Let's do 4 more. 2 more times. 1 more. Excellent. Let's switch sides. So now we're planted on that other foot. Knee is soft. Again, this could be against a wall or we could be using a chair. Full range. Excellent work. We've got 5 more to go. Good job. Just 2 more. That is our last one. Let's go ahead and move on to a different exercise. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take it to the ground. I'm going to pull out my mat. You might use a mat, you might use a towel. Your floors might be super clean. And maybe you don't need anything at all. But as we take it down, we're going to move into a bridging exercise. You don't have to do bridging on a step. You could be on the floor, but the elevation of the step makes it a little more challenging. So your feet could be on a step at the house. Your feet could be on a low chair if that worked for you. So we're going to go ahead and lie back. Now this is going to target the glutes and the hamstrings. So as we go into this, we have the option of keeping both feet flat. We want to bring our hips close to the step. And if we want to, we have the option of lifting both hips up. So engaging through the glutes, engaging the hamstrings, and when we come down, barely touching the ground, are not touching at all so that we maintain some tension. What we're going to try is we're going to take our right ankle across our left knee, and we're going to lift the hips up. So this is going to make it a little more intense, and if it doesn't feel good for you, you keep both feet flat. Our hands are here at our sides just to offer a little bit of stability for us. Good job. Lifting as high as we can. We have 3 more to go. Keep it up. 1 more. And then we take a break. And we're going to switch sides. So as we go into the other side, we remember that if something's not feeling right, both feet stay planted. We're going to take the left ankle across the right knee. Again, hands to our sides for stability. And we're lifting our hips as high as we can. Not resting at the bottom. Focusing and engaging through the glutes and the hamstrings. Very good. Keep that going. And again, we don't even have to use a step for this. It counts even if you don't have one. Let's do 3 more. Good job. Just 1 more. And we're going to go ahead and come down. We're going to roll over onto our side. And we can use this bar. You'll see me go back and forth. because not everybody's gonna have a bar or a band at their home to use. So we'll say that that is optional. So let me adjust a little bit more so that I make sure you can see what my legs are doing here. So with our bar, we're gonna lie down on our side. We have a couple options with the upper body. We can have that elbow right here underneath the shoulder, engaging through the shoulder and sitting up out of it, or we could rest our head on our arm right here. Both great options. What we like to do is this, which is not such a great idea for the neck. So we're gonna take our bar and lay it on our top leg. If we want a little more stability, we can bend that bottom leg, and we're just gonna lift up. So now we're working through the outside of the hip. Let's think about pushing through our heel and drawing our toe down. And you know what? If we didn't have a bar, we could be right here, still focused and engaging. Good job. We're gonna do 4 more together. Very good. So taking a break, so that worked the outside of the hip. While we're here, we're gonna catch the inside of the other leg. We have a couple options. We can put that foot behind. Sometimes when we put our foot behind, our hips roll back, and I really want our hips to stay stacked. So we could put that foot in front too. Your range of motion here is gonna be much, much smaller than it was for the last exercise. If we have a bar, we can rest it on the inside of that foot. If we don't, that's okay, you still get points. So we're still lifted out of that shoulder, small movement with that bottom leg. It's not resting on the ground, so we're keeping constant tension. Very good. We've got 4 more to do together. Excellent. Last one, and then we're gonna go ahead and put that down and flip over to the other side. We don't want the other side to feel left out. So again, we're gonna choose that nice positioning where we're here with the shoulder engaged, lifting up out of it, or we're gonna choose this position right here where our head and neck are supported, but we're gonna stay away from that one. All right, so bar across that top leg if we want that there. If we need a little more stability, we bend that bottom leg, pressing through the heel, drawing the toes towards us, not resting. Very good. Engaging through the outside of that hip. Very good. We've got 4 more to do together. Good. Let's do 1 more. And we'll take a break here, and again, we decide, does it work better for us to have that foot behind or in front? What allows us to keep the hips stacked? And again, we choose weighted or unweighted, lifting and lowering, not resting on the ground, keeping constant tension. Good, you've got it. Pressing through the heel still and drawing the toes up. Very good. Taking a break and going ahead and deciding if for today, 1 round is great. Maybe it's where we're starting and we celebrate the work that we've done. Or maybe we're ready for a little bit more and we go ahead and we do a 2nd set or a 3rd set. Thanks for joining me for our lower body workout.
Great job today. Are you interested in more free fitness videos? Head to your local park to try out the QR Fit Trail system. For more information and to find participating parks, go to livewellwaco.com/play-well.